Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Farming Simulator 22. Continuing our start from scratch run here. We're about to finish this contract. Get us a couple $100, pay for some of that landscaping I did in the last episode. But I'm not sorry. I got some stuff done. I'm pretty happy with it. All right. Contracts are done. 1 and 2. Now we just got to make our way back to field 31. Up here. It's just going to take us a while, but we'll get it done. All right. What else we got going on? Not a lot right now. I'm probably willing to fast forward to the next day at this point. Of course, the honey went up in price, even though it says it's going down. I don't know why it does that, but it definitely went up a little bit in price. Go figure. I'm going to pay a big chunk of this loan. I mean, I spent some money, obviously, but we'll repay as much as we can for right now. And yeah, I mean, we're just going to fast forward. Let's go ahead and get this going. Are you really stuck? No, you're fine. We don't have a cultivator, do we? No. What do we have that we have? We have the subsoiler, which can be used instead of plowing, but it's not a cultivator. The seeder does not cultivate either. What? We don't have a cultivator? Thought we did. Or does the seeder also do cultivation? Cultivating. Cultivators are good against weeds. I'm surprised we don't have one. How have we gotten through? Again, is our seeder... Did I just read it wrong? A lot of times seeders do have the cultivators in them, but this one didn't say it. It doesn't say anything about it. Like if I were to go look at seeders right now, you would see some of these say... this guy's wheel weights. No previous cultivating or plowing necessary. No previous cultivating or plowing necessary. I think we're going to need a cultivator, actually. Maybe we buy one and help get that contract finished quicker. Or have we been using our subsoiler? Oh, it's a seeder. I don't remember. You can't use a subsoiler as a cultivator, can you? Am I misremembering the order of operations? Oh, wow. It got dark. Where are you at? Oh, you're big time stuck. All right, let's get you over here, get you set up, and then we're going to fast forward to the next day. Although, actually, I don't have to wait. Let's just fast forward to the next day now. Let me check the used stuff real quick. Nothing there. Any other contracts before I fast forward? I mean, sure. And then we're going to go ahead and fast forward. I did not mean to take that one. Hit the wrong button. Cancel, yes. Trying to get out so I can fast forward. And then we'll go ahead and do these cultivating contracts after that. Ooh, it's snowy. All right, 8 is just north of us. Excuse me, coming through. Don't mind me. I don't mind, that's for sure. I mean, we're in a tank with treads. Pretty sure that means we can go anywhere we want to. Getting a bit more snow this year than we did in previous years. Alrighty. Oh, hello. I mean, I'm not going to go looking for them, but if I see them, might as well, how do I get up there? Ladder? Might as well grab it. What is that? Not a plow. Was that a cultivator? That is a plow. Okay. They're classifying it as a plow. All right. Get you rolling. Check the used stuff. Oh, of course we get a thing that we just bought. It's a good trailer too. Why don't we keep getting some really good... It's a really nice Fendt. Really powerful tractor. Way more than we need. Way more than we need. But really nice. Wish we had the money for it, because I actually wouldn't mind getting something like just to have. It'd be cool. It's funny, we could sell this one and buy the used one and save 4,000 bucks. Sell some my used one, get your used one, and save some money. Little interesting, but by the time we repaired it, it'd probably be pretty close to the same amount of money. Did we get any honey yet? Yay, we got honey. Let's go pick it up. Actually, we'll just grab the green tractor, go pick it up. It's actually not full, is it? Oh, no, it is, I think. Say 400. Yep. It looked like there was a little space at the top, but that's just because the box comes up a little higher. All right, we'll let that pull some more in. Looks like everything looks good over here. How's our grass coming along? One more level, one more stage, I think. Yeah, one more. So we'll be able to do it in March, which is the same month that we can do the other stuff, right? Nope, April. That was a month off. So April we can do sorghum. So we can harvest the grass in March, do the sorghum in April. Perfect. Perfect timing. Oh, I was going to look something up. I'll be right back. I'm going to put a quick cut in the video. All right, I'm back. And the reason I'm back is or the reason I dipped away is because I wanted to go check the website and see what kind of information I could find about kind of the cultivating, plowing, all that kind of stuff. What is the differences? Because there weren't this many differences in FS19. So let's jump right into this real quick. If we go look at plowing versus cultivating. So there are 3 types of plows. And you guys can see this information, but this is I'm just gonna go over this real quick because this is very useful and I thought this was really awesome. 3 types of plows: plows, spaders, and subsoilers. We have a subsoiler. We've been using a subsoiler, and a subsoiler works great and can be used in place of a cultivator. The problem with subsoilers is that, one, they allow weeds, whereas if we were just to plow every time, we would not get weeds. And ironically, we'd only get small stones. It's where the subsoiler gives us large stones versus small stones from the plow. So plow could be better if you don't want to deal with stones that much, and you also don't want weeds at all. And then in the middle there's the spader, which still gives you small stones, but also gives you weeds. And then if you go look at the cultivators, there's 5 different types of cultivators, with varying levels of weeds to stones. Shallow cultivators, which a lot of the ones we've been using, I think, for these contracts are shallow. No stones, which would be really helpful for us, but they also produce more weeds. So we have to be very careful with that. There's power harrows, direct sowing machines, all that kind of stuff. Direct sowing machines I usually use those quite a bit when we get to that level because that's just one step. You only have to do one thing at one, whatever. But basically what I'm looking at here is that I think the subsoiler is doing exactly what we need it to do, but it's producing large stones. So I think we get rid of our subsoiler. If we have to plow, we'll plow, or we'll use a spader. We'll get rid of the subsoiler for now, and we'll pick us up a cultivator. I think that's what I want to do. So that'll help with that. But then if we go back over here, and just speaking of weeds, there are 3 levels of weeds, which they didn't see in FS19. Small, medium, large. I mean, there was growth in weeds, but not classifications of growth. So small, medium, and large. And they give you there's different things that you can do with them. So for small or medium weeds, for small weeds, you can use the weeder that we have, right? For everything except row crops. And we get a 20% yield bonus. Awesome. For medium, we can use the hoe, which also works on small, obviously. And it can work for all crops. And again, 20% yield bonus. The sprayer, which is usually my go-to, and that's from FS19, is the sprayer. It's just like, whatever, I'll just use the sprayer, no big deal. It works on all 3 stages, and it works on all crops, and you still get the 20% bonus, but you get a 15% penalty for using chemicals on your field. So you kind of counteract the bonus that you would have gotten from getting rid of the weeds in the first place. So we do want to get rid of the weeds before they get out of hand. But we might be trading our weeder in for a hoe because it works on both small and mediums and all crop types. So we don't have to worry about if there's a difference between row crops or not. Although I don't think we're going to be doing any row crops anytime soon. So I thought that was very interesting. I love these. I love the fact that they put these tutorials up, and there's a lot of extra stuff in the game right now, and this really makes it a lot easier to understand what's going on and how to kind of benefit from stuff like that. I mean, here's the yield improvement stuff. I think I've looked at this before, but you can get fertilizing twice up to 90%. Weeding is 20%. Liming is 15%. Plowing is 15%. I think some of these are kind of cross over each other. Mulching, or maybe so much, I think it's not so much they cross over each other, it's that if you don't do them, you get a penalty. So it's not so much it's adding 15%, but like you would get a penalty if you didn't do it. Mulching gives you a little bit, and soil rolling gives you a little bit. So there's a lot of different things here that we want to look at, go over, deal with. And I think I've learned something, right? I've learned that I want to get rid of my subsoiler, and I want to go pick up and also my weeder. I want to go pick up a hoe, and I want to go pick up a cultivator. And I think those 2 things would be really, really beneficial to us. So just something I thought was cool. Hopefully you guys thought that was cool as well. I mean, I know I could have just pointed to the website, but I think going over it while I'm sitting here like thinking about it helps a lot, actually. So if I were to go get me a cultivator, well, first off, let's go sell what we've got. Alternatively, I could just wait until one comes up because I don't really need one urgently. But how much can I sell my subsoiler for? 6,500, and my weeder 6,300. So I can get about 12,000 bucks, 13,000 bucks for that. If I were to get me a cultivator, I mean, a good size one, a good one. I mean, like this 5 meter one wouldn't be bad. I'd rather get a shallow cultivator. Is that a different section, or are those just all thrown together? I think they're all thrown together. Disc harrows are pretty big. Also pretty expensive. Oh, these are used for shallow cultivation. So those are an option for shallow cultivation. Like that one's pretty good sized cultivator. Is there a shallow cultivator section here? Okay, yeah, these over here are shallow. Which are very expensive, shallow ones. Oh. Yeah, so in order to get like a shallow cultivator thing that would work for what we want, we would have to get a disc harrow to do that type of job. We got the spaders for the plowing. It would also be an option, but those are pretty expensive, or those aren't really big. And then what was the other thing we wanted to look at? We wanted to look at a hoe instead of a weeder. Which would be weeders? Just under weeders? Yeah, so here's a hoe right here. Interesting. See, this is cool. This is very cool to see the difference. There's actually only one hoe here. Really? We've only got one option for a hoe, and it's pretty expensive. So we might have to stick with the weeder for a little bit longer and hope we can catch things when they're young. But I do think I really want to get the cultivator. But I want it to be a shallow cultivator, so I think it has to be the disc harrow, right? And maybe like, these are expensive though. We don't need it right away, so I think we just keep our eyes open. I think what we're going to do though is we're going to sell the subsoiler because we're definitely not going to need that right now. If we ever need it again, we'll probably pick up either just a regular plow or because I don't want to pull up big rocks. I don't like picking up the big rocks. I would like to get rid of that. If we get small rocks, awesome. No big deal. We can roll those under, but the big rocks are annoying. We'll leave the weeder for now because we might be able to catch weeds early enough. Speaking of which, we don't have any weeds, right? Obviously, we would have seen those. The yield bonus, 98%. I think that's because we didn't... Is it because we didn't roll or something? We're missing something there. I'm not super concerned about it, but it's definitely something I want to learn, obviously. All right, field 8 is done. So let's fold you up and get you headed back over to finally, hopefully, do field 31. All right, let's go turn that contract in. And field 31. If we come up this way. Come up the highway. I was going to say, you going to figure it out? I think you're making your way over to the road. Yeah, okay. I think you're going to be all right. So yeah. So there we go. Like I said, we learned some stuff, and I'm going to keep looking at that website, the tutorials, because there's probably other things that I just haven't quite clicked because it's a little bit different than how it worked in 19. Alrighty. Anything else we want to do? Except continue to roll over the awesome tractor. I don't think so. We don't have enough money to buy the bakery yet, and there's no point in buying it until we got some flour coming in anyway. Although I would really like to consider that. Hopefully we get enough sell from the grass and, of course, the contracts and stuff along between now and then that we can just plop the bakery down. Probably... I mean, I'd like to potentially put it over here on this section, but it seems silly to get rid of one of our really nice fields. So I'll probably just put it right here in the middle, which is a little in the way, but we'll figure it out. Potentially I could put it right next to this other one as well. We'll see how it looks. All right, let's go ahead and just get back in this guy. We can help you drive. We don't have anything else to do right now anyway, so we might as well kind of drive along. I'm glad I looked that up though. I mean, it's been something that I've been misunderstanding and just kind of a bit confused about And I like it, actually. I do like the variants, and I like that you can choose the pros and cons. You know, there's pros of using a subsoiler, in my opinion, versus a plow. I like the way the subsoiler looks. But if you just get tired of getting stones all the time, large stones that you have to pick up, but maybe you're okay with that. That does mean we could get rid of the subsoiler on our other map and do cultivator instead and get rid of the rock thing, which I hate. So I think it's going to really help us out a lot. I did not, in my mind, a plow is more aggressive than a subsoiler. That's how my mind works. But maybe because of the way a plow is shaped, it folds the soil over better than just a subsoiler that just kind of rips it up more or less. And so maybe that's why you get different stone sizes there, or that's why they're representing it that way. Finally doing the field that we got this cultivator for in the first place. This cultivator looks pretty aggressive, right? This is not a shallow one, right? Because it's got those little blades that come under. I'll go look it up here in a second, but I think this one's the, really? I think this is a regular one. Because this one's the... No, this one's shallow. This one's right here. Okay, fair enough. And then, so what does this look like that's different? Well, the one difference I see is that the shallow ones have like little rollers, looks like on the front of them. So maybe like the combination of all the different like bits helps kind of treat the soil better. I don't know. I'll have to play around with these. Whereas these are just literally just blades that go in the ground. Or, well, they're kind of similar, but it could just be the way it's represented, to be honest. I mean, who knows? Somebody probably knows. But, or maybe, you know what? I was going to say because these are more on a trailer than attached to the tractor, that maybe that's what helps them be shallow. But there are two here that are also on trailers. They just don't have quite as many fancy bits, I guess. You know, just interesting. No more honey yet. I don't think it's worth driving this honey over at the moment. It's gracious, I say that. 11:37 at the fast food restaurant. Okay. So finally, honey did start going up, and it is February, which I believe was it February, March that the good months for honey. Actually, it will tell us right here. Yeah, March, but February is up there as well, and April. So fair enough. We're definitely getting some good honey prices. All right, there's really not much else for us to do. Speed up time. Get hopefully get another contract. Get a cultivator off of the used car lot. Yeah, let's just go ahead and speed up a little bit here. I mean, I could take over here, but I'm hoping something else will come up here in a minute. I was hoping we get some more honey. Does the honey all come out in one 400 thing pallet? If you guys know more about honey, please let me know. You know, I just realized you are pretty badly repaired. Let's zip you over, get you some repairs while we're sitting here chilling. But yeah, again, if you guys don't know anything about how the cycle of the honey works, if it's all in one pallet, which maybe it is, and I just haven't noticed, or like the timing, is it once per day? Like what does it look like? Once per month? Maybe it's just the fact that it's 1 day per month right now. That's why we're getting it. But maybe if you did 3-day months, maybe you only get it once every 3 days. I don't know. Let me know what you guys know about honey. I didn't see that one on the tutorial. Maybe I missed it. But it feels like honey's like kind of like a hidden thing there. You just kind of just set and forget. But I hate the fact that little thing that can fills up so fast. Maybe I could put another one down and it'll fill up differently. $400 to repair you, but probably worth it. Still another. Oh, there's a high dump bucket. We do not need that. Not helpful. Love that we can see our grain mill over there from here. It just looks cool. It feels like we're building up the town. I love the production stuff. Such a good idea, and I want more. I'm looking forward to more of those in the future because I think they were one of the coolest things they added to this game. Gives you a reason to do the crops, which is realistic. You're not just doing crops out there to do crops. I mean, you do crops because somebody somewhere wants to produce them. Now, it's not normally the same person doing the whole cycle, but I think that's okay because, you know, you have to gamify it in some way. But you definitely do crops to, you know, for somebody to do some sort of production. Man, we are just getting no contracts today at all. All right, we're going to put a cut in there. I'll let this guy run for a bit, and then we'll come back for another episode when he's a little bit further along. And then we'll be able to fast forward to another day as well, shortly after that. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to our first channel member ever, Telrenar. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.